Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome you to module 10, the last module of drone technology. Drones, fun to fly and fantastic to make money. Yes, maybe at a number of stages, you all would have wondered when are we going to finish this, right? Now, it's that stage now. It's all too soon. You're going to get the certificate. Start of model 10, what we would be doing, I will give you a small lineup, at least three main items we will be dealing with: incorporating a company, and not in a lengthy way, I just want to touch a few things on that, and marketing, the most important thing, using mainly social media, and not only one social media, that means Facebook, Twitter and Instagram, and also any other social media that you are familiar with and you feel that it is more inclined to help build your business, you can go with that. And of course we have the conclusion and right on to the final quiz and get the certificate. Okay, congratulations on that. And yeah, now even on module 3 on assembling, I also said to avoid spending too much money on the tools. What do I let me move the camera a little bit. What do I have over here? Mostly Dollar Tree $1 items. I don't think it makes up even for $100. I did suggest multimeter, that you should have a good have a multimeter. That's important to have. And then what do you have? The other stuff over here. In fact, these are all small screwdrivers. $1 item. It's again $1 item from Dollar Tree. It's iron key set. This, of course, $1 item is not that useful. You have to get a what do you call nippers, which is which is very useful. So at least $10 you have to spend on that. And speaking of that, of course, soldering iron, it's very inexpensive also. I think I've spent about $25. And this one, power drill, I do have a small story with that. I know if I had a live audience, one of my students going to say, "Oh, well, why don't I get back to the real subject rather than going on with other stories?" But this is important because you are starting a business, and then before you start, another reason that I made it incorporating the company in this last module, because if the project doesn't suit you or do not want to spend the money on the tools or when incorporate, which generally for me I think it cost me something like $600, but my sponsoring company was very good and very favorable to me. That is Seagate, Ceygate. You can even, if you need, you can use them too. Very friendly, reasonable, and experienced people. That's not exactly where I was trying to get at. I didn't want you to spend the money if the project is not right for you. And why I spoke about this drill is about a quarter of a century ago, when I bought my first house in the US. I pretty much had no money to buy anything. I think that could be a standard for everybody else. And then there were the previous owner had left behind Makita, one of the good original made in Japan power drill. But the battery was all gone. It was not working. That's why he left it behind. And then good old Radio Shack I went to. They had the chargeable batteries fitting into the same voltage, all fine, but it was not physically going in. So I had to put it outside, solder it in, and just wrap it up with electrical tape. So I used it, God knows how long, until I could afford one. Why I brought that up is, once you start, there's no turning back, or it's not good to stop halfway. In my case, if I started something, and if I start dragging my feet on it, my wife is going to come around and ask me, why don't you finish what you started? So I don't think everybody else have that same luxury. That's why I reiterate over here. Before you get on the job and incorporate companies and everything, do the sensible evaluation and make sure it is right for you. I touched on this even in before modules before. What I recommend is anything other than proprietary company, because we are putting flying machines into other people's hands. So that's not a liability you can afford. So you gotta go LLC or C corporation or S corporation. Now I incorporated my company in New York. So whatever the regulations that apply to open up a company in any other state, you would have to look in for. Generally, it starts with the county, or sometimes in the borough too. Go and process and get you a TIN number, tax identification number. All these I'm talking about inside the United States. But if you are a student, if you are taking the course outside the United States, of course you have to check your local authority and the ordinance, and take it from there onwards. And then it's important to have those things all lined up. And next step, once you have everything going, very important thing for you to remember is, we can call it credibility, we can call it image or reputation. For me, all this means the same thing. If you my advice is, do not do anything to lose credibility. To use a common term, if I may, if you lose your credibility, you can kiss goodbye, because it's it's not recoverable. So that we gotta right to the bottom of our hearts, that we have to remember to hold on to good credibility. And so equally important for any company to survive is the marketing. In other words, you can make the best car in the world, but if your marketing team does not do a good job, it's not going to bring in the revenue or the income. In other words, what we need to do here is to put in a real good foundation for the marketing, which can really observe the market and study the market, and vary with the market, and go forward with our products or our services that we want to give. So in this day and age, I think I told this before in earlier modules also, what we can do, the reason that it gives you the possibility for you to conduct a business and in a profitable manner, is the fact that we have all these tools available, like YouTube, like Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Those things are available. Let's think for a second. All these things were not available for us. One person, just for a person to run a company and make profit and make a living, I don't think how it is possible. It's totally impossible. Now you could be a self-contained person running all this thing, running the whole show and making a good profit. So let's take advantage of that, and we will guide you through in social media advertising, not only in all three. That means Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. I'm going to start with Twitter at the moment. So let me show you a few screens over here on the Twitter. If you now better for you to see the displays, not my face. Okay, when you go into Twitter ads, you will be taken into this screen over here. Of course, that's on the figures. This is module 10 figure 4. When you open up Twitter ads, it will get you to this screen. On this followers, you can select grow your community on Twitter, and another selection, website clicks or conversions, send people to your site to purchase, sign up, etc. Then you can there's also Twitter engagement, reach more people and drive conversation. Then apps installed or apps re-engagements, get people to install or re-engage with your mobile app. Then you got leads on Twitter, collect email from people who express interest in your business. If you don't see the screens, don't worry, on the figures you can see, and that will take you, once you do the selection on that will take you to this screen, that is set up your campaign, and it will give you the date. You can vary the date and everything on that, which will put you on this screen on that is on our figures, that is module 10 figure 6. Over here it allows you to select your audience, and most of these are self-explanatory. That's why I don't spend too much time on that, on any of these things. What I would start doing is let's see, then you go into the next. Let's move these one by one. Okay, then it'll bring into this page where you can select different interest of your clientele, personal finance, pets, sports, and all that. So then you can it will take you to set your budget. So you can for the daily budget and total budget that you want to assign for, it will give you that option to select. Then it will take you to the page, choose your creatives. Then you can put in a tweet over there, compose or select tweet to prompt in this campaign, and then it will put in a feed, a lead on your Twitter page that will be going out, and then it comes to this. This is module 10 figure 11, create new website tag. This is once again very important. This can bring in, once it is properly set up, this can bring in money, sizable money, I believe. Create new website tag. So this is how you create that. You do a selection, and once you do a selection over here, select which type of conversion this tag will track, and then it will create the code. All what you got to do is go to a website and put it in the exact position where you want the link to be activated. And if you are not doing it yourself, you have to get your web guy to do that, and then it will bring in you can have keywords to maximize. Again, use keywords to add to the followers the interest, and so on and so forth. And then there is another yes, Once you do that, it allows you to add an image and create a website card. So at that stage, you are pretty much well set on your Twitter ads. But there's another option that you can add if you want. That's also, I think, it is an important feature to add to bring in added income. That one, the process pretty much is the same. It's for generating and capturing leads by running a lead generation card. So you do pretty much the same thing. That is, from create new campaign drop down menu, you go to leads on Twitter, then choose your audience, customize and add visibility and budget, and create your tweet. That is, at this stage, the tweet is lead generate card. Lead generation card, and then you launch your campaign. So that's much for Twitter, and we will get into Instagram and Facebook.